Revelation 11 and verse 14. The second woe is past, and behold, the third woe cometh quickly. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushua, Bahashem, Rakakadash, for blessing me with the spirit to do this lesson. So as you can see, the title of this video up here says Iran launches retaliatory attacks on Israel, man. So what you see over there in the so-called Middle East is things are not going the way that uh those small hats in the land that they don't belong in expected it to go. And like I said in my last video, a lot of uh division, a lot of lies are being exposed. This devil is being exposed, the so-called white man Esau Edom, right? And it's all the Lord's doing, man. That's why I titled my video, what a great time to be alive. Because the prophets of old, would have been joyous to see these days, which a lot of the prophets are back on the earth today. But yeah, man, it's a great time to be alive, man. You see the fall of your enemies, and the scriptures tell you that. When you read, let's get it real quick. Let's see, it's 27. No, 25, I believe. Salakia, 1 second. This is full of joy of his children. Salakia. Yeah, it was 25. I'm tripping. Sirach, chapter 25 and verse 7. It says, there be 9 things which I have judged in my heart to be happy, and the 10th I will utter with my tongue. A man that have joy of his children, and he that liveth to see the fall of his enemy. Right? And that's what we seeing, man. We seeing the fall of our enemies. Right? Because you got Babylon, America, saying one thing, and then you got Israel saying another. And they exposing each other, man. They exposing the lies of each other. Because the Lord said, his tongue, he shall fall by what he speaks, by his own tongue. Right? This is Psalms 64 and 8. It says, so they shall make their own tongue to fall upon themselves. All that see them shall flee away. And this is what you're seeing, man. Their own tongue is making them fall, man. What they saying, man, they're getting caught up in their own words. They're exposing themselves. And everybody getting the hell away from these devils, man. These devils are hated everywhere, right? The so-called white man's biggest ally, was you so-called and is you so-called Negro, Latino, Native Americans. But even then, you're starting to see, Jake pull away from this devil, man, because everybody's seeing the wickedness and the evil, right, that this man is about. And it's not just here in America. You see it all across the uh, uh, the waters, man, all the way over there in the so-called Middle East. So, it looks like they bit off more than they can chew messing with Iran, man. So let's play this. Yabashim al-Shah willing to elect the other five.
Iran launched retaliatory missile and drone strikes into Israel this morning following Israel's attack on Iran's nuclear program.
The U.S. is assisting in Israel's defense, but denies any involvement in the initial attack. Israel's defense minister is warning that Tehran will burn if Iran continues to fire missiles towards Israel. Bradley Blackburn is joining us live now from the newsroom with the latest details on all of this. Bradley?
Doug, Elaine, this morning, there are more reports of strikes in Iran and Israel. Iran, as you said, Doug, is warning it could take aim at U.S. military bases and ships if they try to stop Iran's missiles. And today, Israel's defense minister did have that declaration that if Iran's counterattack continues, quote, Tehran will burn.
Overnight explosions lit up the sky over Tel Aviv as Iran launched another counterattack. The Israeli military urged civilians to take shelter as they intercepted the strikes with the Iron Dome system. The U.S. is assisting in the defense, but some weapons slipped through. The IDF said dozens of people have been injured, some seriously, and there are reports of some deaths. Dozens of sites have been targeted. At daybreak, first responders assess the damage. The intensifying conflict has the world worried about an all-out war. It ignited Friday when Israel attacked Iran's nuclear sites. Iran claimed hundreds were injured and at least 78 people were killed, including some top officials. Israel's attack had been in the works for months. Israeli media reports Israel's intelligence service, the Mossad, built a drone base inside Iran for the assault. This video released by Mossad showing Israeli soldiers on Iranian soil.
I do think what they're trying to do is to further illustrate how the Iranian regime has lost control of their country.
Crowds gathered in Tehran Saturday chanting death to Israel and death to America. Iran's supreme leader has vowed revenge, while Israel's prime minister appealed to the Iranian people.
We're also clearing the path for you to achieve your objective, which is freedom.
The U.S. says it is assisting with Israel's defense, but was not involved in the attack, insisting Israel took unilateral action against Iran.
President Trump does say he knew the attack was in the works, but he had publicly been appealing to Israel to hold off to let nuclear negotiations with Iran continue. The White House claims the talks scheduled for tomorrow,
which is showing you that Israel is really the ones that are in charge. America just backs Israel. Israel, they run the show. Them small hats, they run the show, man. Right? So you see the division. You see this man, he's collapsing. Everything is collapsing around him. Not only is, people sick and tired of America on the outside, but inside as well. So America is being destroyed from within and from outside forces, man. Right? But this is all because of what was done to the Israelites. This kingdom was not supposed to last, right? This was supposed to be set up and brought down. The same way Pharaoh was brought down, was puffed up, right? And the Lord took him out. Is the same way America got puffed up and was exalted to be puffed up. Is the same way the Lord going to bring America down, man. It's the same thing. This is Isaiah 34:8. For it is the day of the Lord's vengeance, and the year of recompenses for the controversy of Zion, man. So this is all because of the controversies of Zion, man. What was done to the children of Israel, the so-called Negro, Latino, Native Americans. which is further proof that these people in the land are not the people, man. Because ever since they got in the land, they've been catching hell. They've been getting bombed. They've been at war, you know, after war, after war, after war, man. Showing you that these are not the people. Let's continue.
Are still on despite the conflict. Elaine, Doug?
Bradley Blackburn live for us from the newsroom. Bradley, thank you. Meanwhile, here in the city, the NYPD is increasing security at some synagogues as volunteer paramedics and doctors from New York try to make their way to Tel Aviv. A volunteer rescue group shared the devastating video from central Israel as workers there search through rubble. The group's president is stuck in New York because Israeli airspace is closed.
How bad is it over there?
Nothing's going to stop what's happening to Israel, man. Nothing's going to stop what's happening to Iran. This world war is going to happen because Yahweh Shem Yahushua prophesied it, man. And in the midst of World War III, the Lord is going to return. And that's when you're going to see some real power, man. We think that these missiles and you know, what they show us on TV with all it, yeah, it's power. But you're going to see some real power, man, when the Lord returns. So much power that people are going to fucking shake in their boots, man. And a lot of people are going to want to drop dead. And a lot of people are going to drop dead when they see the Lord return.
Right now,
Iran is attacking the centers of Israel. It's not easy to see this. Entire buildings are destroyed from these hypersonic missiles that are launched towards Israel.
And now the NYPD is increasing security at Jewish cultural centers. We saw police stationed outside the Central Synagogue in Midtown. Some Jewish New Yorkers said they were skeptical of Israel's actions, while Iranian Americans we spoke with largely blamed leadership in Tehran.
My family are Baha'is, so they've been persecuting the Baha'is for a very, very long time. Nobody likes war, but hopefully this will open up some doors to some change.
I question it. I understand why they're doing it. If Iran had not been as belligerent with Israel, this would not have happened.
And stay with CBS News New York for the latest on this crisis in the Middle East, and you can get updates anytime on our website, CBS New York.
So with all this tension going on, you got something else that's been lingering around, a draft, man. And a lot of you damn so-called Negro and Latinos that don't know a goddamn thing, you're going to be in this war, man, and you ain't going to return. You're going to be burnt up, man. You're going to be destroyed when the Lord returns. All right, because you got a lot of, you know, Israelites that want to be patriots, man, that want to, you know, fight for their country, so to speak. And that's a dumb move, man. That's an idiotic move. Because the power that you're about to face is gonna be like nothing you ever seen. Like right outside, you know, up the block or whatever. You know, you got these I mentioned it, these recruits, these army recruits, nothing but so-called Negro and Latinos running up and down, shouting and yelling, you know, their little chants or whatever. You know, whatever those fucking military chants are. Like they about to do something. This is the end of America, man. Right? Regardless if you got a draft, regardless if you got nuclear weapons and you got a powerful military, it doesn't fucking matter, man. The prophecy is that America, Babylon the Great, is going to be wiped off the face of the earth, man. There's nothing anybody can do about it. You know, so, hey, this is the will of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua. This is the will of the Lord. This is the will of the Lord, man. This is the will of the Heavenly Father, because what? You got those people that don't belong in the land in the land, the small hats, that is bringing all this together. They're the ones that's the key, and they're the ones that's going to, bring this world war, to another level. Right? So it says Jeremiah 15:45. It says, therefore, hear ye the counsel of the Lord, that he taketh against Babylon, which is America, and his purposes that he hath proposed against the land of the Chaldeans. Surely the least of the flock shall draw them out. Surely he shall make their habitation desolate with them. So the state of Israel is the one that's drawing America into this third world war, man. Because like they said Trump told Israel to hold off. He knew somewhat about the attack, but he told Israel to hold off. And did they listen? No. Because what? Israel is in charge, man. America's not in charge of a damn thing. And because Israel, them small hats are in charge, they're going to do what the hell they want. And they expect America to back them up. So whatever move they make, America is going to back them up, man. It's sort of like a little brother, big brother. The big brother trying to put some advice into the little brother. Little brother just wild as hell, man. He telling them like, listen, I'm gonna do what I want, man. And then the big brother, he just feels so that's his brother, so he gonna help him out in any way. That's the relationship you seeing with Israel and America, man. Israel being the, as this, prime minister of Israel, Benjamin Netanyahu, right? Netanyahu said that they call America the great Satan and Israel the little Satan, man. So, man, this thing is about to blow up. So check this out, man, because you got this draft coming. And that's for a lot of you feminists too. A lot of you feminists, you're gonna get drafted as well. It ain't gonna be no if you want to go. If you are a able-bodied male or female, your ass is going, man. Right? You going. Check it out.
Are you ready to be drafted into the U.S. Selective Service? Well, guess what? Whether you are a man or a woman, they are now setting us up to be drafted and be part of the U.S. military. I want to break down what's going on, but what bill just passed in the House of Representatives and why this bill, for some, is somewhat concerning. Because this means now that every 18 to 24-year-old male will automatically be registered for selected service, but women could be next.
And you see it right here in Jeremiah 51:30. It said, "The mighty men of Babylon were forborn to fight." Nobody wants to fight this war, man. And then look what you got. Look at what Babylon the Great has breeded, man, in the past 20 years. Nothing but rainbow, you fucking rainbow community and goddamn Generation Z and all these weak ass niggas and weak men and loud mouth, big mouth ass women, man, that couldn't hurt a fly. So you think these people really are equipped to go to war with soldiers from other countries that some of them were born to go in the military, man, was breeded up from young. That's all they know. Come on, man.
So everybody is aware at this point about what's going on in Iran. Everyone is aware at this point that we are about to start World War III. But the one thing I don't think anyone is talking about is the fact that there's about to be a draft. And I am not saying that to fearmonger. I'm not saying that to be dramatic. I'm not saying that for any other reason other than logic. The country that we would be allied with is currently doing absolutely despicable, committing atrocities over in their lands to the point where the entire world is protesting against it. They are not going to get the bodies they need to get on the ground or just for a war. They're not going to get the numbers that they need. But they're already trying to recruit like crazy. That's not going to happen. So the only people that are going to be joining are going to be the Mag Gents. But the Mag Gents are weak, wimpy little men. They're not going to volunteer. Some of them will, absolutely, because there are a lot of red hats in the military. My ex is military, okay? I get that. But not enough of them. So they're going to have to draft. So just bear that in mind, because I feel like that's something we need to talk about.
Wait, I have a serious question.
And a lot of you YNs, you niggas out here that got life in jail and prison, they gonna send your ass over there too, right? You so-called Negro and Latinos, man, you tough guys. They gonna strap your ass up. You going straight from the jail to a plane. They gonna give you a speech. They gonna strap your ass up with an AK, right? Put a vest on you and tell you get out there and fight for the cause, man. If you make it out alive, you're free, which ain't none of you gonna make it out alive, man. Right? You damn tough guys, man. You YNs that's running around, shooting your brother, killing your brother. The Lord got something for you, man. Right? Since you like gunplay, you're gonna be as the game says, you're gonna be drafted in for the Call of Duty. Right?
If the United States drafts Americans, typically they would be drafting Gen Z, right? So who do they expect is going to fight this war for them? Because the majority of Gen Z doesn't support Israel. Like, that's kind of when you know you've reached the end of an empire, I guess you could say. I could almost guarantee that Gen Z would be fighting against Israel and the United States and helping out Palestine and Iran if they were drafted.
Who getting drafted? Who? Me? Hell no. I'm not doing that shit. Is you fucking crazy? I don't give a rat's ass if I'm gonna be considered guilty of treason or if I'm thrown in jail. I'm not fighting no fucking war for the United States. I'm not fucking doing it. Not in this lifetime. Hell no. You'd have to drag me out of this bitch with me screaming.
And you see what kind of spirit Jake got on them, man. This is what I mean, man. But even those Jakes, they don't want no part of it. They saying the hell with it, man. You hear them? They saying you going. That's what this devil gonna do. That's what he looking to do. Either you fight or you go to jail, or even worse.
Screaming, hollering, crying, throwing up, and I'm still not going. I would kill myself before I ever hop on a motherfucking military base for the United States, or just period in general. No disrespect to anybody who is in the military. I just know I'm not built for that shit. I'm not a war person. I'm not doing that shit. And you telling me that I'm drafted and I gotta go? I'm gonna look at that paper and I'm gonna rip that bitch up and throw it in the fucking trash. I'm not going. I'm not going. If that means that I'm gonna have to be thrown in jail so that Big Papa can make me his bitch, okay. I will gladly do that before I ever hop on the front lines of a dumbass war that, mind you, wouldn't even exist. Oh, let me not go into this right now. Yeah, so they can miss me with that shit. Pass that to the next person, because I'm not doing it. Wrong one. Not me. Sorry. Sorry.
I'm not dying for Israel. Fuck that. I will take the time in federal prison. I do not care. If it comes to a point where we have to get drafted and we are getting sent to the Middle East, lock my ass up.
I'm saying all these bullshit posters that you talking about some World War III this and draft this. And I'm gonna be real, I ain't going no motherfucking where. I'm good for who you draft. Don't draft me. The shit that ain't got shit to do with me. Cause I don't know what the fuck America want from a nigga like me. Cause y'all already ripping us off from money schemes and all other shit. Now y'all trying to take a motherfucker to help go to war for y'all fucking fight that we ain't got shit to do with. Man, fuck y'all.
I feel like if there was another United States military draft, 90% of the people drafted are not going. We're not fighting for this war that we have nothing to do with and that we really don't want to be a part of. Because what the...
Guys, I done got that call. You may know what that call is, but I ain't even going to say it. But I got that call. They need to be there effective immediately. It's going down. I literally jinxed myself. I didn't think this shit was for real. And they said they got no choice. So when I told you guys that I was about to be ABC News, this shit is real. I'm here to broadcast all this shit. Mind you, I'm at work doing my due diligence, doing what I do. Talking to the buddies, and I get the phone call. I'm hello. Mind you, this is not a saved number in my contacts. I'm hello, who this was? They said, yeah, this, woo, we need you here, this, that, and third. I hung up because why is you playing on my phone? And then I get a call from somebody that is actually known to be a contact on my phone. So I'm like, okay, this must be for real. The ass ain't playing. That said contact proceeds to say, why did you hang up the phone? Do you know who you just hung up the phone? No, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, no, I don't know who the hell that was. It's an unsaved number. And he proceeded to tell me who it was. My heart was in thy ass because thy ass was finna get kicked. They said, we need you here at this amount of time on this date. Don't be late. Bring your ass. It's about to go down. Me? Little old me. I was just at work, brother. I'm confused. Whole trajectory of my day, it just changed off of one phone call. That's how it gets. Shit, you gotta be waiting. Now I'm scared to the bit.
And that's what it's gonna be, man. They're gonna get that call and say, yo, if you don't go, hey, that's it. That's it for you, man. You're going to jail. And you already heard what the majority of the people said, man. They're not fighting. All the people said they're not fighting, except this Jake right here that you see on the screen. He the only one said he is going down. Right? He the only one said it. The rest of the people like, the hell with you, man. I'm not fighting no war for them damn people, man. They ain't got nothing to do with me. And that's the spirit that Yahweh Shem Yahushua is putting in America too. Because, throughout history, since America was built up, it has done nothing good for the so-called Negro, Latino, Native Americans, for them to believe that this is their country, man. You still got some idiots that believe that this is their country and some that will fight, like this Jake. But, hey, for the majority, ain't nobody trying to suit up and boot up for this fucking place. Like I said earlier, Babylon the Great is going to be destroyed, man. America is going to be destroyed. This is my last one. We're going to shut it down. This is Revelation 18 and verse 4. I'm going to start at. It says, and I heard another voice from heaven saying, come out of her, my people, meaning spiritually. It's talking about the Israelites, you so-called Negro, Latino, Native Americans, that ye be not partakers of her sins. Right? That you be not partakers of her sins. It says, and that you receive not of her plagues, meaning the destruction that's about to hit. It says, for her sins have reached them to heaven, and the Most High, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, have remembered her iniquities. So the Lord remembers all the things that America has done to the Israelites, man. Right? What America has done to the earth, what America has done to the Israelites, a.k.a. Esau, Edom. So it says, reward her even as she have rewarded you, and double unto her according to her works, in the cup which she hath filled, fulfilled to her double, man. So all that she's done, she's going to get paid back for double, man. Everything that was done to the Israelites from the so-called white man, the Israelites is going to do to the so-called white man double, man. Right? Verse 7. How much she have glorified herself and lived deliciously. Yes, and proud. Right? Look at America, greatest country in the world. You want to make it? Come to America. Right? The land of opportunity. The home of the free and the brave. Right? But what people are starting to see is that America's the home of destruction, death, stress, depression. Right? Just nothing good. It says, so much she have glorified herself and lived deliciously, because she's gotten rich. She's waxing rich. Right? America has waxing rich. It says, so much torment and sorrow give her, for she saith in her heart, I sit a queen and am no widow. And you hear Trump, yeah, how he talk, man. He tell you, ain't nothing gonna happen. We got it all under control. America's the strongest, the most strongest country in the earth. Right? Strongest country in the world. Nobody wants it without military. Right? Anybody that don't get in line, they're gonna get burnt up. You know, Esau Edom talks very proudly, man, concerning America. It says, for she saith in her heart, meaning in her mind, I sit a queen and am no widow, man. She'll never be brought down. It says, and shall see no sorrow. Yeah, nobody's going to attack America. Therefore shall her plagues come in one day. Right? And we're living in that day, man. It says, death and mourning and famine. And she shall be utterly burned with fire. For strong is the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua that judgeth her. Who judgeth her? And this is who's bringing all of this to pass, man. Through prophecy, right? Through the Lord's, promises. Because the Lord said he was going to revenge the blood of the saints, right? And this is how he's going to do it. You got Esau Edom telling you he's not fighting, man. And this is his kingdom. Right? This shit is a circus, man, and it's funny. But I'm loving every minute of it, man. What a great time to be alive, man. Because you seeing, hey, the Lord about to make his second coming, man. And ain't nobody expecting this except the men of the Lord and the few women that adhere to this truth. Right? Everybody else, ain't nobody looking for a so-called black man to crack them skies and come with great power on a massive chariot, man. Ain't nobody looking to see that, man. Ain't nobody thinking they're gonna see that. But all y'all are about to be in for a rude awakening, man. So, hey, I'm gonna leave it there. Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, willing to elect with the other Father. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushua, Bahashem Rakakadash, for blessing me with the spirit to do this lesson. To the next lesson, say shalom.
I'm hello, man. This is not a saved number in my contacts. I'm hello. Who this was? They said, yeah, this woo, we need you here. This, that, and the third. I hung up because why is you playing on my phone? And then I get a call for somebody that is actually known to be a contact on my phone. So I'm like, okay, this must be for real. But he ass ain't playing. That said contact proceeds to say, why did you hang up the phone? Do you know who you just hung up the phone? No way. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, no, I don't know who the hell that was. It's an unsaid number. And he proceeded to tell me who it was. My heart was in thy ass because thy ass was finna get kicked. They said, we need you here at this amount of time on this date. Don't be late. Bring your ass. It's about to go down. Me? Little old me. I was just at work, brother. I'm the first. Whole trajectory of my day, it just changed off of one phone call. That's how it gets. Shit, you gotta be waiting. Now I'm scared to the bit.